Hello, this is Eve Christoph, your Love Life coach. Welcome home to Eve's Eden. This is Love Life with Eve. So here we are with this question that came in that I think so many men are asking. It is, what do I do as I'm trying to heal my erectile dysfunction? Do I beat off a lot? If I do beat off a lot, do I ejaculate a lot? What do you recommend? So what I recommend is a whole radical shift in everything that you've been doing in terms of what you think is dysfunction and what you think is lovemaking. You know, you're maturing. Your maturity asks you to become more fully connected to womankind, to learn how to fully make love in a way that is running energy, that is running the chi, the sexual force, through your whole system, through your heart, through your spirit, through your cock, and through your hands, through your eyes, through your mouth, your tongue. So when you become a really full lover with your beloved, what happens is the energy is moving regardless of whether your cock is hard or soft, and the energy is what you're riding. So that's when you end up in a kiss that lasts 8 hours, or a rolling sensual, a sexual time that is all night long, and you don't even know exactly what happened. You only know that there was this force moving through you to your beloved, coming back at you, and you kept doing whatever that force guided you to do. Now, you know, when we're young, when we're really young, we this is a natural thing, this phenomena of being totally open and totally willing to explore and find new ways to connect and just enjoy the ride for its own sake without an agenda. When we're young, we have these experiences often where we were just in total surrender to the energy of sexuality and love entwined, and a wholehearted expansion into connection undefined. So as soon as you have this idea of how you are supposed to perform as a lover, I was sitting in a restaurant the other day and I heard these older guys talking. They might have been in their 60s, and one of them goes, really, sex is overrated. What you really need is a friend, a really good friend, because that's what you have all day long, and sex boils down to 45 minutes here and there. And I thought, I was listening, and I was like, okay, there it is, right there. There's a lot of wisdom that, of course, your best friend, your really good friend, that's somebody who you could have, all night kissing with, because you're so close with them, because you're so open-hearted with them. You could explore all kinds of realms of sexuality. But what the syndrome is when we're disconnected from our sexual passion and our sexual energy is this thought that, sex is overrated, it's 45 minutes here and there, it's actually not such a big deal. Well, it becomes boring like that when you're agenda focused about, was my cock hard enough? Did I even last more than 2 minutes, 5 minutes? I don't know about the 45-minute thing, well, if I pleasure her, it'll last a little longer. It's all about performance and measuring yourself by your hardness. You're not even a lover at that point. You're a performing monkey. Don't do that to yourself, okay? Because, one of the things is true is that Latino and African American men, they do not have as much erectile dysfunction as European Americans. Well, why is that? Because European American men are trapped in their head. And they think about sex in terms of performance. They think about it in terms of themselves. How do I look? How does she see me? Rather than what the Latino and African community are doing is where they're running energy. Rather than thinking about their cock at all, they're running energy, which happens to arise the cock along the way, but the energy is guided towards her. And since they're so focused on her pleasure, her going down on her, kissing with her, touching with her, romancing her, saying beautiful things to her, complimenting her, stroking her, and laughing with her, and telling stories with her, the cock thing, it doesn't even have to be there. Actually, the pussy doesn't either, because there's so much energy exchanging through the humanity of our kinesthetic miracle of how it feels so wonderful to just be in proximity, opening your heart and your sensuality at the same time. And because people of more ethnic cultures are taught more about matriarchal needs, women's needs for being pleasured emotionally and physically and spiritually, that means that they've had to learn about energy, flowing energy. So rather than masturbating and thinking of yourself as dysfunctional, think of yourself as maturing, and that you are just you're longing for the full lover self that you know is hidden within you. You're longing to feel and experience really deep lovemaking beyond what you've even experienced before. And I'm sure you've had some amazing experiences already, but some of them might have seemed like peak experiences that just, you don't know how they happened. So now you're going to master the art of magic, the art of flowing energy. So in my own experience, when I'm in with a lover who is flowing and running energy, their cock might be soft and I don't even notice. It might come and go hard and soft and I'm with it, whatever, but I don't care. That's not how I'm judging it, because what I want out of it is this heart-connected union of sensuality that's embodied. And that can be through hands, that can be through kissing, that can be through hugging, that can be through erotic dancing together in tandem. And that's an amazing way to experience sexual flow. I'm thinking the snake, the god snake that is a figure 8 going between the two. Okay, so what else? Learn to be a better lover, not a better masturbator. Okay. You don't need to have a stronger cock. The truth is, when you get into the flow of actual full-on 7 chakra lovemaking, your cock will have a rejuvenation that you won't even believe. There will be these surges of energy that are coming from true erotic arousal rather than forced, stimulated, I'm going to push this, I'm going to make this arousal happen, it's just so dry, it's so mechanical. So the magical force of erotic awakening in you, it's like the divine feminine in you as a man is wanting to wake up. You're wanting to be made love to and really treated as a human God, without having to perform. You want your energy connected with. You want to penetrate her soul. You want to penetrate her pussy heart with your spiritual joy to be with her. And a lot of that has to do with eye contact. And mainly it has to do with pleasuring her. Because if you're so focused in all of your masturbation about whether you're hard or not, it's such a waste of time, because what you've got to be focusing on are more and more techniques for pleasuring her, which in turn really starts to turn on the man. When he gets the woman just really screaming with pleasure because of how he's touching her with his hands or how he's going down on her with his lips, that's a huge, turn on for a man to realize, oh God, I'm that good. I am providing this bliss, right? And then she's in turn so engorged and so aroused that she wants to go down on you like crazy. And that's a whole nother thing, how that happens in ways that you like, that work for you, that are sensitive to you. And if you're in the running of energy in a very subtle, joyful, magical way, then it's not going to be too hard or rough for you. You won't need such roughness, mechanical rubbing to ejaculate. You'll get more and more subtle, because you'll be entering more and more refined levels of your love and eros and eroticism together. They take orgasm to a whole nother level that's flowing through the synapses of your meridians. Okay, I know I'm talking like some big wild cosmic thing, but all it is really start like this. Focus on the feminine. Focus on the woman, her pleasure, and the feminine in you that wants heart connection and sensual exploration. The child in you, the magical teenager that wants just to be free and explore. Okay? So with no agenda, this 45-minute idea or this half-hour idea of sexuality becomes such a joke, because you need time for this. You got to set aside some good time. And if you're alone, okay, here's the question. But I'm alone. If I'm alone, how do I open into this whole world? Well, simply the act of changing your focus towards women away from your cock, women will flock to you. They will feel it. They will feel like, oh, there's a guy that's got something going on. He's thinking about me and my body and my essence and my mind and my personality and our joking, connection, our artistic, banter. And now you're way ahead of all these guys, because we can just feel it when we walk by. Most guys, they're just in their cock, and it's so mechanical. It really boils you down to being just like a Neanderthal. I'm sorry, but listen, there is the aspect of having less blood flow to your cock. That can be really healed by herbal. I think it's fenugreek seed. There's if you just look online, what are the herbs that people are using for natural, sort of like Viagra, but it's really just to get your blood flowing everywhere. These things work. They raise testosterone levels, and so. I don't recommend Viagra because, first of all, there's this gift in your cock not being hard. That's how you're going to get into this journey of the heart. Let's see if there's anything else for you that I was thinking of, darling. Oh, I guess that's all. This is a long one. Well, the quest for pleasure. People think that orgasm and climax is what everyone's seeking through sexuality, but it's not. The golden award of the sexual journey is simply how immersed in the journey were you before you climaxed. That is the whole point. It's not, boiling everything down to a little teeny squeak orgasm or loud groan orgasm. That's just so not it. It's the journey of what about rolling pleasure that has many dimensions? What about emotional opening? Okay, so take this whole different way of looking at your sexuality, and please don't be one of those boring guys who thinks that sex is overrated because he doesn't know anything else but how to poke and prod. Don't be one of those guys who's obsessed with his cock and never learns how to pleasure women. Don't regain your essential teenage young man potency, which I know you've been missing. You've been like, oh, but I used to have a hard cock all the time and I never stopped, but that's not the part that you need back. That actually might come back if you go back to what you had at that time on the heart-spirit level, because the heart-spirit is what actually engorges and connects our genitals with the sexual bliss. So believe me, take my advice. If you do this, you just might end up with a really hard cock often that you don't need to always expel. You learn how to, when you withhold your orgasm, you have a whole nother bliss that starts to, another kind of sensation of pleasure that opens deeper and deeper, and now you're in the territory of youth, where your expanded, blissful sexuality that's just a rolling wave, okay? And of course, that energy comes and goes. It goes, you're soft, you're hard, you're receptive, you're giving. And in the end, the more spiritually heart-connected you are, the more you let go of your cock hardness. The paradox is, the more it will come back, the more intense passion you have of true spirit heart. This connects and affects your genitals. And boy, does it change everything for the woman. Okay? Rock on! I hope this helped. Much love.